No, that's about. It's a little bigger than most, but not.
Yeah.
You know, most of them are a million. You know,
Yeah.
So,
we couldn't get it over how big that building was.
But yeah, there's and we have like 2 others like right next to it. So.
Okay, so my camera overheated. I'm gonna have to stand in the shade. This is gonna be a very crummy view of the game, but at least you'll get the play-by-play. This sun is a real problem today. There's no breeze, and the angle is such that it's just roasting the black backing of my iPhone, and it's just frying it. So.
Back on?
Back on. Stand back here. So what do we got? Fill me in. Is there one out?
One out. Who's got a strikeout looking.
Okay.
We hit the first guy, so that might have been a balk. I don't know if that's what was on the rubber. But yeah, we got one out, guy on first. And it's 4-0, bottom 8.
Was that the changeup you took to left center, or do you just?
I got 3 changes in a row.
Yeah, you threw me 2
This
in a
is
row.
Weird one.
Okay, there's soft liner.
We should have ran back on it.
Who was that?
That's Casey.
Casey. Soft liner that.
He had to move his feet, instead he kind of just jumped.
Soft liner over the second baseman's head.
Hey, roll one. Here you go.
Those are a little tricky because they come off the bat. You think it's hit
Here
harder, and then
Here we go. Let's go, Mammoth.
Okay, this was a situation I was describing before. They had first and third, 1 out. Ground ball to the shortstop.
Make sure that first
We
down.
didn't turn the double play, but the guy on third did not score. Let's see if they make the same mistake.
Good start.
It's good pace on that
Nice
fastball.
job, Ken.
Ken was throwing a lot of curveballs when I was playing center field. Told me he wasn't throwing very hard. That one had some snap on it, though. I think Kenny's loosening up. That one, too. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a diving backhanded stop by Casey.
Tried to flip it with a glove and it stuck.
Tried to do a Javi Baez with the glove and kind of flip it to grill it short, and the ball just never left the glove. It just stayed in the glove. So he had to lift the glove up,
So now 4-1, 2 outs.
flip the ball to Matt Grill. Matt Grill didn't have a play at the man at first. Guy in third score. So 4-1, bottom of the 8th. That's a pop fly to right field. Can't see it. Bush is calling it. Bushy makes the catch. That's a good out. 3 outs.
Where are we in the order, Dan?
Take that roll, Tommy.
All right. So we're near the top of the order. You're going to get an Emery Hull sighting here. Interesting to see. You would expect a pretty steady diet of changeup to Emery, but you can't just throw changeup after changeup, and it's not a changeup anymore. But Emery, again, hit the hardest ball we've seen today. His last at bat. A little more elevation. It's going to go over the fence.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here, finish strong. Finish strong. Finish strong, boys. Finish strong. Finish strong.
Of course, I hit the biggest human being in the entire ballpark. First pitch on a stupid changeup.
One of the largest human beings in the Phoenix metro area.
With the softest pitch. That was just fitting. Give him a shutout on that.
It's been a great start, though, Kenny. I mentioned it looked like you were zipping them in there. Like I said, from center field, it looked early on a lot of curveballs. But that inning, you reared back and threw some good fastballs.
Yeah. That strikeout, I knew I needed to. That guy's a pretty good hitter.
Yeah.
Come on, Ems.
And
Lead us off.
we've been throwing him curveballs nonstop, so he was sitting curveball, and then we just punched some fastballs. He was waiting curveball. Just never got it. Just
Yeah.
froze it.
Here we go, Emery Toes.
So this is interesting. I have a hard time. Actually, I'm trying to hold this as steady as I can in case it gets in one. I have a hard time telling the difference between his fastball and his curveball, or fastball changeup. Well, I haven't been watching that closely, but curious to see how this pitcher handles Emery after his last at bat. Let's see. First pitch is I think that might have been a third pitch. It's either that or his changeup. Pitch number 2. Yep, that's again, I guess that's his changeup.
There you go, 10.
Might have been a curveball. Definitely not his fastball. I believe it counts 1-1. Another off-speed pitch. Ooh, that is another seed to left. That was very similar to his last at bat. Similar result too. Motors to third base. He got a congratulatory glove point from the pitcher. I think the pitcher, now he's talking to the umpire, probably saying, "What are you going to do?" Guy's built like Paul Bunyan. Now he's giving the baseball up. What a surprise. Walking by Emery now. I think he just said something to me. He just threw his hands up like, what am I going to do? I think as a pitcher he realized that with it. He was kind of overmatched when facing a hitter of Emery's caliber. I think he was basically saying, I had nothing left to throw you. It looked to me like he threw him 3. They must have been 3 changeups. I don't know that he had a curveball, but there were 3 off-speed pitches.
I think all of us TCMABL pitchers have thrown our hands up
yeah,
for Emery
right.
times.
Right. That's a gesture that Emery has seen many, many times. Yeah, I think Emery timed that up pretty well. I think he might have been a little bit out in front. It looked like it was a little bit down on the bat, but he is so strong.
One thing I like about it, I mean, Emery works at his game. It just, it comes natural to him, but he also works all off season. During the season, he's always working on it.
Yeah, I think the first time I really talked to Emery, I'd run into him on the field, rarely at first base, but when he was playing first, I got to first base, I'd chat with him a little bit. But I think one of the first times I talked to him at length was when we were training for Palm Springs. This was in January. We were at like the Edina cage.
Yeah.
And Emery was there just practicing, right? Like doing tee work and I think doing some of the cages down there, doing some of the Iron Mike stuff. And it's not like there were a lot of TCMABL guys in there at the time. He works, he does. And then of course, with our IBEX stuff, we saw him all the time in there. But I mean, that's a universal, right? In any sport, the best players are the hardest workers. I mean, Jordan's work ethic. I'm not comparing Emery to Michael Jordan, but I think on the 35 plus, certainly the TCMABL baseball scene, he's Michael Jordan. Jordan's work ethic was legendary. Baseball is really hard. Even at this level, it's really hard. So you really got to work at it. And Emery does. So now we got Nate Stark.
He's had a good tournament.
Nate? Yeah. I think I've said this a couple times. I think he's got the prettiest swing, and I think he's got the quietest presence in the box, and I think he's got among the best plate coverage with his bat, if not the best. He can hit anything.
He's had that same swing. I've played with him for years and years and years with the Northeast 9. It's the same swing. He doesn't tweak it. There he was going with a pitch.
Yep. Losing juice. Is this battery not on? No, I think it's just not on. Now it should be. I'm gonna check this out. This stream, the quality of the stream is atrocious. I'm moving the camera.